Oh
final
no,
line
the
has
broadcast
been
has ended!
No, the Roomba just broke! No!
Oh,
It's back.
wow, it just had an actual stroke.
Oh. That was close.
I've never seen Jimmy's stream have a literal stroke.
Alright. What should we start with now that Bread Jesus has been recited?
Well, what do you want to start with?
Did we do Twitter DDoSing
Yes.
itself last week?
Did
I
we
don't
talk
know.
at all about the submarine? Or the submersible, I'm sorry, there's
Yes,
a
I
difference.
think we've
already-
talked about the submarine a couple times.
Let me ask a question to clarify. You're referring to the one where the only thing to survive was the controller, right?
Yes.
Yeah. The only
Yeah, we already
submersible we have
talked
been
about
talking
that.
about. Yeah.
I mean,
I have so many
yeah,
fucking
you guys
opinions
can
on this
talk
shit.
about it again if you want to.
Let's start with Twitter DDoSing itself, I think, because I think that's the last thing we had.
I've heard a little bit of it, I'm just not too sure I know all of the details about it. It still says that the broadcast is ended on my end, by the way.
Reload the page because it's broadcasting for me.
Okay, sweet.
Also, me, you did actually put something in there that I do have mild interest in, which would be Lego. But we can save that.
Well, we'll get to the Lego at some point. To be fair, I don't know too much about the Twitter DDoSing itself. Backend, basically it sums up to Elon Musk said do something that was stupid. The Twitter engineers are understaffed and overworked, so they did it poorly, and it resulted in basically Twitter's backend querying itself so much that it overloaded the system and basically functioned as a DDoS attack, except it was self-inflicted.
So
Love that for
Elon
them.
Elon didn't Elon.
Yes.
That we're effectively calling it that now.
Mm-hmm.
He now has his own term. It's about time.
In other news from the past week, a sad event has occurred. Can everyone in chat give a salute to the venerable M1911 handgun, which has finally been retired from service with the U.S. military, as the U.S. Marines officially retired it from standard issue.
Damn.
After 112 years in service.
I legitimately thought you were about to say that they were no longer being manufactured.
No, it'll be manufactured till the end of time. It's one of the most popular handguns in America. It is basically the basis of all modern handguns are based on its design, more or less. And the Glock made like 3 different variants of the Glock specifically to compete with it, chambered in 45 ACP. Regardless, this leaves everyone's favorite 50 caliber machine gun, the M2 Modus, as now the oldest actively serving small arm in the U.S. military, excluding ceremonial weapons. Because if you count ceremonial weapons, the oldest one is a sword.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway.
I hope the oldest kind of weapon we would have in service is like ceremonial weapon we have is a rock.
Yeah, I was gonna say a stick or a rock.
Well,
I hope it's just a rock.
No, it is a sword.
Dang. No,
Oh yeah,
Maybe England has a really old ceremonial rock.
Actually, I do have something that would probably amuse Meep.
Shoot.
The last ever known knight, official knight, like actual medieval knight, charged at tanks on a horse.
Good for him.
I was watching a daily dose of internet or something, and it's just a picture of the guy and the story that said that he did that.
Where?
I don't remember.
Because that sounds a lot like the people who memeing on the Polish who in World War II had cavalry that they fought tanks with.
Them.
Which sounds like a really shitty idea until you realize it's not like these are people doing cavalry charges. These are guys using horses to get around faster, so that they can then shoot tanks with anti-tank.
Like, dude actually had a knight armor and everything and charged at tanks on a horse with a sword.
See if you can find the info on that, because I feel like that's probably fake. Then again, someone did storm Normandy with a longbow and a claymore, so...
There's a picture of the guy in the video wearing his armor too.
Anyway, Jimmy wants to talk about Independence Day, the movie, but
I just keep finding Mike Wazowski armor.
Nah. No, I don't want to look for Transformers, damn you.
Here's a somewhat interesting one. Are you two familiar with the corruption of the word redneck?
Maybe.
There's an ad, hold on.
Oh. Damn you, Bezos.
Well, let Jimmy get his
Oh,
part.
actually, I do have something to use as a short topic.
As for the redneck, I think so.
Smosh now owns Smosh again.
Oh yeah, that was been like 2 weeks ago now.
Still fairly recent.
Yeah, but good for them. I'm so glad that Anthony got to buy it back.
Anyway, so the word redneck. For Jimmy's not here, but he's the one you mainly need to explain it to probably. So for Jimmy watching the VOD or anyone in chat or watching the VOD who isn't familiar, redneck is a term in the United States that is generally used to describe a group of people, generally the more rural folk, particularly from the South, who most of the time you see the term used is the worst of the South. Not quite the worst, but pretty bad. Would you agree, Mina and Kane?
Pretty bad, pretty stereotypically very ignorant, very silly. Stereotypically.
The guys in the big lifted pickup trucks with the flagpole in the back of the truck instead of an actual load has a 50% chance of being the American flag and a 50% chance of being the Confederate cross.
I believe that some of the people who
and their chosen home defense weapon is the shotgun.
I believe that some of the people who really taken quote unquote ownership of the term redneck are like people on TV like the Duck Dynasty dudes.
Now, the reason I phrase this as the corruption of the word redneck is redneck has its origins in a completely different part of the country with a very different political group. The term redneck originates in West Virginia, where...
Mama.
Yes, that West Virginia. Where there was, obviously, West Virginia's primary industry for most of its history has been coal. And the coal miners of West Virginia were treated horribly by the mine owners.
Kind of treated shitty.
Well, like, even today they're still kind of treated shitty, but back in the day it was so much worse. If you want a dictionary definition of wage slave, it was the coal miners of West Virginia.
Oof. With a capital O.
It's one of the songs that originated out of that group. One of the lines in the songs St. Peter, I can't go. I owe my soul to the company's store. It's just they were basically they got paid basically minimum wage to do one of the most dangerous jobs in the world, and the only stores they could buy stuff from were owned by the company that paid them, and they set the prices in those stores.
Many towns.
Yeah, it was
Oh, boy.
basically anarcho-capitalism at its worst. Eventually, sick and tired of this, and attempted to unionize, which, as I'm sure you'll expect, the companies were not a big fan of. This resulted in an uprising by the coal miners, who wore red bandanas around their necks. Thus, rednecks.
Oh.
And in typical US fashion, the response to this was completely ridiculous. The coal companies got the local government to petition the US government to come in and help, saying, oh yeah, we've definitely tried every possible diplomatic solution to this. And so, in typical US government fashion, they called the Army Air Corps and deployed chemical weapons.
Oh boy.
The only use of that kind of stuff on the US mainland by the US government on striking coal miners, because that's the shit we have to put up with in this country. It's not as bad nowadays, but you know. Now, the other thing of this to keep in mind is the original rednecks were quite literally union men, which nowadays is basically, as far as US politics is concerned, as good as communism. Which is basically the opposite side of the political spectrum as the modern rednecks.
Meh.
Funny how stuff like that works.
The
Pretty
classic redneck culture does bleed through a little bit into modern stuff, particularly when it comes to NASCAR, but even that's kind of been corrupted.
Meh.
Because if you're not familiar with the origin of NASCAR, that was during Prohibition, a bunch of rural guys were moonshining, and they made their cars super cool so they could run from the police better. And then they're like, you know, we've got all these cool cars we've turned into great hot rods. Want a race? And that's how NASCAR started. And
Oh.
let me tell you, classic NASCAR hits different. Like, we're talking, there was a guy who dipped his car in acid to make it lighter. There was a guy who built a ridiculous contraption to basically gravity pump fuel into his car faster. There was one guy who basically prided himself that by the time he retired, 50% of the rule book was because of him.
Well, yeah, that's something to pride yourself on, I guess.
And now for
He
something.
saw a way to cement his legacy, and he took it.
Yep. And now for something completely different. Are you familiar with those weird people in America who prep way too hard for the apocalypse?
Yes,
Yes.
absolutely.
Never seen one myself, but yes.
Well, the main reason I bring that up, I don't even remember why I was put in the idea box, but that's like one of those things where it's like, there's overkill. And then there's whatever these people are doing. Like, some level of disaster preparedness is wise. But that's like, you keep like 20 extra cans of soup out in the garage in case something happens and you need to hunker
Maybe a
down
couple
for a
spare
bit.
batteries.
Couple spare batteries.
Fire
Some extra bottles of
extinguisher.
water. Yeah.
A generator, if
Even
necessary.
that could possibly be overkill, but it's
It
like,
depends on where you're
just
from.
some stuff where it's like,
Yeah.
it depends on where you are. But it's stuff that's like, something has happened. There's been like, the big 9 point whatever earthquakes happened, or something whatever's happened. And it's like, just sit, and you have to basically just sit around for like 2 weeks or whatever while things get sorted out. It's like that kind of stuff. Meanwhile, these people are like, yeah, I've got 2 bajillion rounds of ammo, 20,000 guns, blah, blah, blah. Got a huge bunker under my property. I've got a full water purification system. I've got this, I got that. It's like,
but why do you need it all?
Hold on, Discord's just shitting itself.
It's like, why? I mean, to each their own, I guess, but the level of stuff, it's like, it's just so ridiculously unnecessary. I mean, I don't know. If you're gonna be paranoid and do something, there are worse things you could do. Like
there are much worse things that you could do.
Oh.
What? What
Mina
happened?
left and rejoined.
Discord was
Mina,
shitting.
are you okay?
I said earlier my Discord was shitting itself, so.
Anyway, the next thing in the idea box that I wish to discuss is something Mina put in there.
What?
What?
The fitness gram pacer test.
Okay,
I'm
no.
so glad they banned this shit from schools, dude.
They banned it?
Yeah, it's
It's
been
like the
banned.
Bible? It's
Yeah.
been banned.
You made
Why
me
is it
sweat
banned?
too hard. Get out of here.
Hold on. It's a multi-stage aerobic capacity.
That's saved as a Discord GIF, I think. Where is it?
Good. Go for it.
Here somewhere.
When was the fitness gram pacer test banned?
Yeah,
Oh,
here.
it was not banned for cruelty. It's in the
It's in the
process.
I put it in general.
It looks like some. No, the post claiming it's banned is a satire.
God.
Damn, I really wish it was.
Oh!
He's going computer mode.
r/8 the onion.
Mm-hmm.
r/software gore.
Dude, some teachers will like ride your ass for that test though.
Is your computer done dying yet?
I have no idea.
I mean, fair enough.
You guys would have to tell me. on
Mina
that.
sounds fine to me.
Oh, a few seconds ago, she was dying, very much so.
Yeah, you guys were
Oh.
dying on my end earlier. I couldn't understand anything
You
that
sounded
just
perfectly
described.
fine to me, Mina. I heard nothing wrong.
Yeah, you were fine
Thank
until
you.
a few seconds ago.
Anyway, it looks like it's satire, but man, how much I wish that was true. Just because there were some professors, there's some teachers and coaches that just did not let you drink water in between, like even if you had asthma. There's too many stories of like students who are pushed too hard during these like too dangerous limits for that exam. And it's been like a fault of the exam itself, maybe. It's been.
Oh,
I
that's
graduated high school in
ridiculous.
2016.
Honestly, the only thing like the fitness gram was ever used for my school was like, alright, it's the day we usually have you all out running, but it's raining, so we've got you in the gym, run back and forth, hit the button, turn on
That
the
we
pace.
call that
That's
the
what we
mile
did.
run.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
no,
call
we
that
did the
a
mile.
A
mile.
mile run day, except it's raining.
I hated
so
it.
they do the pacer test instead. That's what they used it for. That was the only thing
Yeah.
they used it for.
Shit,
I
we
think one
just
time
did the
there's-
mile run anyway. We just
And
went
then-
around the square of the gym.
Do you guys
What-
remember what the fastest times in the mile? Perchance.
No.
I got 9 minutes and something seconds.
I was always
I
the
got it.
last one to finish in the mile.
I think I just Just about got a
I did not have a
750
good
once.
time in middle school at all, specifically for gym.
I know my mother's talked about when she did that when she was in school, she was lucky if she could get like a 12, but my mom also had asthma. So the
Well,
teacher's like, and teacher's like, yeah, your time is horrible, but I can tell you're pushing yourself to do it, so you get an A anyway.
Yeah, if you
that's
showed
yeah,
effort, the
nice.
teacher will give you an A.
I,
One
I
time,
wasn't I
we were doing
wasn't
the
too
mile. I
far
tripped.
behind your mom on that one because I had a really bad medical condition at the time and didn't even know it.
Oof. That
So,
sucks, dude.
Is this when we go to the next thing from Mina? My spine (parentheses rant).
yes, it's part of that. So, middle school, my growth spurt hit and it hit incorrectly. And my rib cage bent in the shape of an accordion. I'm not even joking.
Suboptimal.
And it was so bad that I could never properly catch my breath, and if I sat wrong, my lung would legitimately go numb. It was not a good time.
That is certified not a good time.
And we went like a year and a half maybe without actually knowing what was wrong with me. They just thought since we did weights in gym, it had to be from the weights.
Weightlifting was a thing in our not middle school. Only high schoolers did it for the wrestling team.
So
man, shit
yeah,
sucks.
in our school, the boys and girls did weights twice a week on separate days. So how was your back
So
messed
ever since
up?
I was born, right? No, not even ever since I was born. I was 2 months after my birth. I started dying.
Oh no!
Right? I died. I legally died for about a minute, and
So Mina's a zombie. Got it.
yeah, I'm a zombie. No wonder I'm brain dead, dudes.
Yeah, that makes two of us.
So I died, and the doctors. My mom said it's either UCLA or Cedars-Sinai. They did everything they could to save me at that point, and that included taking fluid from my spine. So apparently, ever since then, I've had this little divot at the back of my spine, right? Also, I lived.
You undied.
They did everything but run a urine sample, and that's what was wrong with me.
Wow. That is ironic in the worst way possible. You guys had one job.
My grandma, bless her heart, she's passed a couple years ago. She actually helped me extend my life for a little longer, just to get enough to get to the hospital by sticking a little sugar in my mouth. So that was cool. But so yeah, I died. They took some fluid from my spine to test that. Nothing came out of it, but I did get a little divot in my spine ever since. So I've always had some sort of back pain growing up, right? And it's been hard to sit still, and I'm always like popping and cracking my back.
I wish I could do that.
It's only that I actually went to the It's only after I went to the chiropractor a couple months ago, because I ended up having really bad spinal cramps while working on my thesis. Like my bottom hip, up to my hips, and my lower spine would just lock up, and it'd be extremely painful to try and get up. I could not sit straight. I could not stand. It hurt. And I went to the chiropractor to get that x-rayed, and they told me, yeah, you have an extra vertebrae that's kind of out of place. And I'm like, what the fuck do you mean I have an extra vertebrae?
So
because Mina was the other part of that as well. You have extra spine.
It's so fucked up. I have extra spine, but you want to know what's the worst part about it? What? I am 5 feet tall.
Like exact?
Yeah.
Damn.
With the vertebrae.
Mina literally has extra spine and is still tiny.
I'm
This is
so
why we
pissed
can't have
about
nice
it.
things.
I'm so fucking pissed about it. God said,
To-
you want a little height as a treat? Here you go.
To
Good
put in
luck.
perspective, Mina, the height thing here. You are shorter than Galade's Pokedex entry says he's actually. And
I know.
Galade's 5'3" according to the Pokedex.
Mina's a short stack confirmed.
Lucario's 3'11". Mina's smaller than Lucario as well. Wait, hold on. Why is Lucario taller than Galade? Wait a minute.
Doesn't check out.
I am literally 2 inches away from being legally considered a little person.
Yeah.
And that pisses me
That's
off
the
so
extra
fucking much.
vertebrae.
That's the extra vertebrae doing the work, baby, but it's not even in place.
So it's only providing. It's only
It
providing
said,
2
I
inches
love you,
before
but
it should.
fuck you.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh,
In the words of
Jimmy-The-Hedgehog.
Jimmy's
in the
back.
words, Jimmy, you're coming back to me making a Markiplier joke. In the words of Markiplier, you trying to think fuck me? I don't think that's a fuck style.
Damn.
That's what you're saying to your spine.
so I know my stream fell. It fell as soon as I
It
left,
came back up
dinner.
immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah, it came back on immediately.
So I wasn't, I
It
wasn't
had
too
an
worried.
actual stroke.
Yeah, he just had a little strokey. Currently drinking
Anyway.
some milk with honey.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
It's warm milk too, so.
The next thing in the ID box is Jimmy wished to discuss Independence Day, the movie.
Oh yeah, so the other day, July 4th, no door.
July 4th, the famous Independence Day of the nation of the Philippines.
What? That's not the kind of what I was thinking of.
I'm be real with you guys. People were setting off fireworks before it even hit the first, and they only stopped the night before the 4th of July. And I said out loud, yeah, I guess you guys realize you ain't gonna have no fireworks left, eh, jackasses?
You know what I thought was hilarious, though? It's the 4th of July, so U.S. government institutions have to put out on, like, their Twitter posts, Happy 4th of July, blah, blah, blah. And the official Twitter account of the Republican Party tweeted out a clip art of the flag of Liberia instead of the U.S. flag. And the U.S. Pacific Fleet, part of the Navy, tweeted out using a stock photo of a Russian warship and jets.
This is why we can't have nice things.
This is why we can't have
Honestly,
nice things. This is
the
the
fact-
level of competence we can expect from the U.S. government. I would like to point
Honestly, the
out.
fact that
This
Sorry,
isn't
go.
even the first time that they've put out like a "oh yeah, go Navy" thing, and then it's the Russian warship.
they're telling us something.
God
They've
damn
done it twice now that I'm aware of.
They're doing it on purpose.
Can you guys do one damn thing right?
Honestly, the fact that the Republicans put out the Liberian flag is kind of funny. No wonder they stay so quiet.
So yeah.
I don't know if that's suggesting that they're stupid or what.
No, I'm just making a joke that it sounds like librarian.
Ah,
It's like an old vine. It's just like, I like your accent. Where are you from? I'm from Liberia. Oh, I like
Oh
your
my
accent.
god.
It's an old vine. And it
Yeah,
lives in
I
my head
know.
rent free.
So this is something I didn't know from Independence Day. Independence Day has the record for the amount of scale modern miniature work for any film.
Oh.
Small
does it blow up like
supervisor
10 different
Michael
cities?
Joyce estimated more miniatures were used for this film than any other two films combined. With CGI now everywhere, this record is unlikely to be broken.
Your mic cut
I'd
out
be
and
willing
I
to
didn't
break
hear
it
the
for
second half of
Record
that.
is unlikely to be broken, indeed.
I'd break it.
Good luck with that.
Yeah.
I'd break it just for the fuck of it.
But yeah, I assumed you guys watched the Independence Day.
I haven't
I have not.
actually.
I have not.
The Americans just haven't watched the movie.
We
Wow.
have better things to do.
All three of the Americans haven't actually watched the movie.
Meanwhile, the
Wait,
non-American
damn.
one has.
That's irony at its finest.
Yep. It's a good movie.
Uh,
It is definitely a good movie.
My
Okay.
parents have watched it, but sometimes I just don't want to watch stuff with my parents because then they'll be asking me questions the entire time.
Fair
Why'd they do that? Why is that like that? Who are they?
Who are they?
Next on the
Is
idea
that
box.
Will Smith?
Oh, there's actually. I'm pretty sure that's the movie where it's Will Smith's dragging the thing through like the
Yeah.
desert, and
Yes.
he yells, "And what the hell's that smell?"
And
Yeah.
that is
Ad lib
because of
scene because
shrimps.
he's dragging
Stream.
it through a salt flat and
Yes.
tearing up all the salt, which is releasing all the dead fish smell.
Yep.
Right, stream.
Anyway,
Damn it, woman, stop dying.
Kane had a series of 6 suggestions in the idea box for topics.
Yeah, I just started throwing them.
We have favorite after school snack.
Tuna
I just
with
listed
apple
like
slices and peanut
5.
butter.
Yeah, I just listed like 5 things off the top of my head.
I'll be honest, I don't even remember what I usually ate when I got home from school.
I usually
my
had
mom
a
was
sandwich,
home-
I think.
If my mom was home by the time I got home, it was the tuna sandwich with the apple slices and peanut butter. If my mom wasn't home, which was pretty often, I'd just make like a mac and cheese.
Mac and
Nice.
cheese.
I don't know why I don't like mac
My partner
and
doesn't
cheese.
like mac and cheese
Heretic.
either.
I never
Heretic.
I never have.
Kill him.
No, it's like I have a
Burn him at
Shun the
Damn.
problem with
non-believer.
I have an
Shun the
issue
non-believer.
with certain food. It's not that I don't believe it, it's just I don't like the flavor of
Is it like
Harris
Kraft mac and cheese or is it other mac and cheeses?
The majority
Like
of mac and cheeses, like it has to be it has to be an actual distinct. It has to not taste cheap. Is
That's
what
fair.
I'm getting at.
My partner just doesn't like it. Period.
Because my brother brought home some mac and cheese from the deli that he worked at, and it was decent. A lot more decent than I thought it was going to be. Granted, it also had a lot of moisture.
Also, on the topic of cheese, I'm going to stand my ground, plant my flag here, and say that fucking what's the called? That cheese that we hate? Gorgonzola. Gorgonzola can fuck right off.
Never heard of it.
I've
It's
never heard of
disgusting.
it either.
It smells bad. I don't like it. Like even feta has a nicer taste than whatever the fuck Gorgonzola is.
Eh,
Sounds like a
Damn.
Marvel villain.
she really going off on it.
Gorgonzola works
Kane-
better for Gorgonzola works better for cooking, honestly.
Did you say
I,
my
I
name?
was gonna go for another one of the things you'd listed here.
That's why it's a
what
blue
we
cheese.
personally find addictive. What is something that you start doing and find it that you can't stop unless you actually have to force yourself to?
Hatching eggs.
Respect for y'all, I'm not gonna say much.
Tower defense games. I don't know why I have such a fascination with them. Well, I love them to death, even though sometimes they make me want to
I
bash
think
my
for me
head
it's
in.
just screen time. Like the biggest thing. I have to stop myself from doing screen time to distract myself and do screen time to work. Even then, if I'm like in the hyper focus mode, I have to physically get myself something to eat to break away from the screen.
Oh damn. Meep.
Good question.
Next
He's
one.
trying to.
I guess like
Searching for
a
Fenrix.
good like game of Stellaris or something. I don't know. Some games are very good at just. Alright, I'm gonna sit down and play an hour. What do you mean it's 3 a.m.?
I do actually have one thing. One very, very specific game. And it's Knucklebones on Cult of the Lamb. I will just keep gambling on it and I won't
A
care.
mini game.
Yeah, it's a mini game where you just have to get the higher number.
You find personally addictive.
Anyway, next thing on the list is Digimon versus Pokemon.
I did that because I put that in there because Pokemon may not have as many species as Digimon, but Digimon really likes overlapping its evolution lines.
I don't know. My knowledge of Digimon
There are,
is basically
like-
non-existent. I watched like the one Jaden Animations
I'm
video
gonna
on it,
say
and
we
that's
all
about it.
like Pokemon simply because all of our avatars are Pokemon related.
That's not why I like it. I like them both equally for the same reason. You don't
Never
have to
watched
be
a single
giant
episode
to
of
cause a nuke to go off.
I've never watched a single episode of Digimon in my life.
I've watched.
Damn,
all-
Kane,
I've
you
watched-
and I, my guy, you and I, we're the only ones that have done Digimon stuff, I guess.
I've watched series 1, 2, and 3, and that's about where I left off.
I watched series 1, 3, and 4.
You weren't missing too much in series 2.
I know, that's why I skipped it.
Eventually, they just brought back the original characters and were like, yeah, no, you can't use the crest. You can still use the forms.
Yeah, I know. That's why I skipped over to 3, because 3 is generally the best series. Like, if you want to start from somewhere watching Digimon, start from series 3.
Yeah,
Also, Renamon.
Break.
I have such a giant grudge against Digimon for the overlapping evolution lines. 20 different things turn into the same thing.
And 20 different things come from Agumon.
And it wouldn't be so bad if they all didn't have different conditions to turn into that thing.
Digimon is fucking whack, bro. Like, genuinely, it is fucking whack.
It is incredibly whack.
Like, it's... I will still always remember, like, Pokemon Evolution line, and you see a little cat turn into a tiger. Digimon Evolution line, you see a cat turn into a mecha.
You see a cat, you'd see a dog turn into 3 completely different cats. One turns into an angel, one turns into a demon, and the third turns into an Arab waifu.
What?
Digimon.
Gatomon. There are 3 separate versions of Gatomon, and they all turn into completely different things.
And all of them are
That
probably
name-
waifus. Because Angelwoman is a waifu.
Name in the chat.
Yeah, I got someone to start playing Digimon again, and all he wants to do is get all 3 evolutions for Gatomon.
And the ad break's done.
All he wants to do is collect waifus, and you know what? I respect it.
By the way, I'm gonna send this in what's it called? Images. This is Gatomon.
That's why we should just rename the images channel to shit hosting.
Why can I still not do nothing there?
You should be able to.
I do not have permission to send messages.
Because he
I
still
can
has
wa-
a nest.
Yes.
Oh, shit.
Gatomon.
That's a good Gatomon gift.
Gatomon is kind of based. But genuinely,
Uh,
aside from horny bait in the form of Renamon in season 3, because we all know
yeah.
Renamon is
So
the single most drawn Digimon character ever and will ever be. Season 3 is generally really fucking good. Also,
I found
Gilmon
the issue.
and
For some
Terramore.
reason, I found the issue
Alright.
and gave guest permission to post in images.
Meep, I'm gonna
Okay,
send you what
I just
the
made
third
I just made Kane into a main caster because he's now a main caster, not a cast.
Why isn't Mina main caster then?
Because she's the Mina mod. She has her own role. She's special.
Alright. Meep, are you ready to see what the third form of Gatomon turns into?
I'm curious
No.
too because I know one of them.
This is the third evolution line for
that
Gatomon.
one.
The Legend of Zelda character.
That looks
I
like
know, right?
That looks like
But
a feline.
wait.
Gerudo.
That's Mr.
wait.
Garuda.
Hold on.
That's
Hold
a
on,
feline
guys,
Gerudo,
But with
yeah.
furry bits.
Hold on. It gets better though. And in a good way. This is the next stage after that.
Dummy mommy. I mean what?
Meep, get the horny bunk.
No,
Jimmy
the horny-
Fucking called it.
Jimmy instantly responded with, "Mommy, I mean what?"
No, he said dummy mommy.
I said dummy mommy. Because
Anyway,
she
Meep, get the horny
looks like
bunk.
that. No,
But,
I'm
yeah.
already tired.
So,
Don't horny
all-
bunk
all-
me.
All three evolution lines for Salamon turn into waifus.
Send the other
At
two.
that point,
Send
just
the other
rename it
two.
to Waifumon and be done with it.
So
It's just
there's
Moemon.
that one.
You're
So,
talking to the person with
there's
a profile
that one.
picture of it
Do
being
you
a
just
Moemon
want-
on Twitch.
So me, do
I know,
you
you
just
did give
want?
Moemon for a hot minute.
Do you just want the final stages of all three evolution lines?
How about we move on to Minecraft versus Terraria instead?
Why? No. That should never be a thing. Fucking hell.
Wait, stop. There's a reason why I did that, and it's not a bad reason.
Don't they both have?
They're both great games. They both
Well, I
generate
stand
each
on the
other.
limb
They
and
both
say
are
to
good
try.
at
Yeah,
their
they
own
did.
thing.
Like
No,
Terraria.
no,
My,
Yeah,
my comparison to them is they're both better with mods, but with Minecraft it slowly becomes a necessity to use mods if you want anything interesting.
Yeah, Terraria has a lot of things to do, even in vanilla. You can
Yeah.
do fucking golf. You can golf
Yeah,
in that
that-
game.
You can
Yeah,
golf
this
in
is
Minecraft.
that's why I
You can,
did
but that's
Minecraft versus
modded.
Terraria.
No, you can do it in vanilla. You just need to
Golfing?
build a golf course and you can play golf. I've done it.
I'm sure there are ways to code,
I mean,
because
coding,
you can
yes,
use
but
them coding
I mean,
into
I-
your
with that.
mod.
Just play. It's you use ender pearls as golf balls and you just it's ender golf. That's an easy thing
Oh.
you can do.
Well, yeah,
I
I
mean,
yeah, I guess
guess,
that works.
but we're talking about actual literal golf. Like, you use a ball and a club.
Yeah, there's a
to send
golf
it to
there's a
a
golfer NPC. Yeah, there's a golfer NPC in Terraria.
Which, if I
Okay.
recall correctly, is the brother of the furry, the zoologist.
Speaking of golf, is Meep
brother
played
of
golf
the
with
furry.
friends with me for the first time.
Yeah, there's an NPC called a zoologist who's wearing an accessory for wolf ears, and at night she turns into a werewolf.
That's not an accessory. She got bitten by a fox. She's a werefox. She literally tells you that. Also, sorry, Mina, what were you saying about golf with friends?
Meep played golf with friends with me and Alex for the first time a couple of days ago.
Me?
Meep.
Yeah.
Never played it.
It's very fun. It's on sale right now for like $5.
I
Yeah.
have it. I don't have it installed, but I have it.
It was fun, but the physics are janky, and that's what makes it fun.
They kind of
It was
are.
particularly
Drunk
janky when
golf.
we
Yeah,
tried the
that was
hockey
good.
mode. It just did not work.
Next on the list is dumb but funny games. What games give you a good chuckle?
As a kid, it used to be some of the Rabbids games, but then I just got bored of it, and I lost it since then.
Some of funny games.
So that's
Honestly,
something you don't pick up very often, but you're always in a good mood when you do.
Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story. That is a goofy game, and it's really fucking good too. So
I'm the one who put it in there, and I'm struggling to find a game.
Is it Slurpee Day?
What?
what?
It's 7. No,
What?
we missed that a couple days ago. God damn it. 7-Eleven Day.
Oh. Seven.
Yeah,
what?
it's a couple
It
days.
ain't.
In a couple of days. I'm all over the
Mina,
place.
are you okay?
What is
Did somebody
7-Eleven?
hurt you?
It's
7-Eleven is a convenience store.
Oh, I know that,
Yeah.
but why are you
It's the
talking about
Slurpee one.
7-Eleven?
Because I
It-
just got a notification from 7-Eleven, and I realized that July 11th is Free Slurpee Day.
Yeah,
Oh, because
which
7-Eleven,
probably
no doy.
Yeah, it may not make sense to Jimmy because the Europeans use
We don't have
a
7-Eleven.
different
True.
way of laying out the dates.
Oh.
Also, you know, we don't
Well,
have fucking called 7-Eleven.
Would Plants vs. Zombies count as a funny game?
I mean,
If it makes
it
you
is
laugh,
a
it's a
goofy
fun game.
game. It is a goofy looking game, that's for sure.
But it's a good game.
Doesn't need to be a bad game to be a goofy but fun game. I literally said Bowser's Inside Story.
I know.
As long as it makes you laugh.
That
I
game.
think
I
it
just
counts.
find it funny that when you kill zombies, there's a chance that they'll stumble around and wave their fist at you.
Honestly, apart from like the serious bits in Bowser's Inside Story, that is the comedy in that game. The comedy in the Mario RPGs is like on point. Like genuinely, Mario RPG has some gold ass comedy in it.
Number 6, actually. But I don't think Meep answered. Meep.
Yeah,
Dumb but funny game.
I don't know.
It's something you enjoy getting a laugh out of every now and then.
I mean, a game I wish I could play more is like Among Us.
Among Us.
We could
That
play
game
Among
is-
Us. We should get a group of people and play Among Us one of these days.
I could. I have it on Steam because my sister's sharing her library with me.
I have it on Steam. I bought it myself because I was like, oh, this is a funny, goofy game, and I bought it.
Very bad at those kinds of games.
I've gotten generally really fucking good at Among Us.
It is a skill issue. I don't know. I don't understand people.
Neither do I, but I
It
do
is a
pretty good at
skill
it, so.
issue. I am not a people person.
Neither am I.
My friend said that I have the
Jimmy.
riz enough to convince people to join an MLM.
Jimmy, stop what you're doing right now.
I sent you a cute fusion picture. What are you on about?
Funny, goofy, aha games.
Just,
I mean,
just
oh, the old Lego games, like the original
Oh,
Lego Star
perfect
Wars,
segue.
Lego Indiana Jones,
segue.
things like those.
Those are
Yeah,
pretty good.
Lego games are kind of goofy.
I have
That's a
never
good
played
set.
a Lego game. I'm gonna be honest.
Oh,
with
you were missing out.
Heresy.
The only Lego game that I have actually played through to the end is Lego Jurassic World, and my favorite part was making hybrids.
I know, Lego The Skywalker Saga, new one, got even harder into the shit posting.
Nah,
Particularly in the sequels, because those three movies just read like shit posts anyway.
that's kind of
I know
funny.
that the Sonic in the Lego game, the Lego Sonic, he actually makes a mention of the Cursed Tales doll that fans have been making fun
Yeah.
about for ages.
The creepypasta.
They just know their shit. No,
Like how
apparently the
Static
Tales of my
appears
Curse
in the
is a
Sonic
thing.
movie.
Yeah.
Like Sonic,
Like,
and how
Sega don't
fucking,
care. Sega loves their community, unlike Nintendo.
and then
I think it was Buddha
Ugly
Man
Sonic
made,
showed up in the Chippendale movie.
Buddha Man, I think, showed up in one of the Spider-Verse movies in the end credits of Spider-Man No Way Home.
Meh.
I know that Steven Universe had references to Gitaru Man,
But for
Sonic,
anybody
Pikachu.
who doesn't know, back to the Lego, there were collectibles in each level for Lego Jurassic World, and they were ampered. And it would be collecting DNA to use in the labs, so you could assemble your own dinosaur hybrids. And I'm be honest, I would slap Triceratops horns on a raptor, put a Stegosaurus tail on it, and just charge into things. I enjoyed it. Also, zoomies.
Zoomies.
The Triceratops horns gives you the dashing ability and zoomies.
Nice. Next on the list, shows that went hard for
Bakugan,
years.
Teen
they were
Titans.
famous. Which Teen Titans? Meaning you have to specify now.
The ones only called Teen Titans.
The good one, okay.
I have never
Don't
watched
know-
Terra
Teen
fucking
Titans.
died in that series.
Don't nobody genuinely like Teen Titans Go? Get out of here with that.
You know,
I think the only thing I
for
like-
the years they aired, Sonic X.
Sonic X went hard.
I
Teen
didn't
Titans
watch. I
Go
didn't
was a
watch
show
it.
that had a
hard.
Wait,
had a few good episodes as opposed to the original Teen Titans, which was a show with a few bad
and you
episodes.
could tell which
That's-
one is which, if it's going to be a fun episode or a serious episode, based on if the English or the Japanese openings.
Yeah,
are
that was also something fun that the original Teen Titans did. Is depending on the tone of the episode, they had different openings with different language opening. I forget which one.
Thank
was
you,
which
hi
now.
hi. Thank you, hi
This
hi,
is-
Puffy Yumi.
This is another moment where I'm like, I've never watched that show.
We have to do a watch party.
You,
I really have to do a watch party for fucking Hot Again.
Oh, no.
you know what's one
But-
that really did go hard?
Hotokono was good.
Does
I didn't
anybody
even watch
happen? I have a question about the whole reboot thing. Has anybody watched any of the new Bakugan? Can they tell me if they put it down the gutter?
I have not
but
watched
I
any
probably assume
Bakugan.
so because the only good Bakugan was first and second season. When they started with the Gondoliers and everything went to shit. So I assume so.
I don't know where I stopped watching, but I stopped buying toys when the armor was a thing, and the last toy I remember actually getting was the giant dragon with the 4 or 5 armors.
Oh, if you want stupid toy gimmicks, it was the last year of the original Transformers toy line. The entire toy line was these things they called Action Masters, which are little Transformer character action figures that didn't transform.
Are you about to bring up what I
point.
think you're about to bring up?
I don't know
Are you talking about the Optimus?
which Optimus.
I've only seen one picture, and it's him in the semi form, and it didn't transform.
No. No, this was a whole toy line where it's like just little action figures of Transformers characters, but they don't transform because reasons. It was not
Right.
very popular.
I
Gee, I
don't
wonder
believe
why.
it would be.
It's like you have one gimmick that your entire franchise is based around. What do you mean you didn't do it?
Very
Not my
upset
budget.
that Man of Action put down Ben 10 the way they did. They
I
gave
miss
it.
the original Ben 10.
I do too. Like, I'm okay with accepting Omniverse, but this reboot shit, no.
Guys, hold on. I have another show that went fucking
Hey.
hard for the years they aired. The original Inazuma 11.
The original
All 3 seasons were a fucking banger.
what?
It sounds familiar, but I don't know.
Did you say
Inazuma 11?
What show?
Inazuma 11, the football one. Yes, I
I
know,
have
blah
no
blah blah
idea what that
sports is lead, but it's generally a really good fucking show.
Never heard of it.
No idea what that is. Most shows
thought-
on Cartoon Network, though, were banger shows when they aired.
Speaking of Cartoon Network, how can we not mention the show that went the absolute fucking hardest, Star Wars: The Clone Wars,
It
2007?
really fucking
I-
did, though. They popped off with that one.
Never watched it.
I never,
They had to move
I
it
don't
to
think I
Adult
ever
Swim.
watched that.
No, what,
I
No.
saw some of it.
they didn't move it to Adult Swim.
They did for a while, didn't
Well, I mean, in all fairness, those two channels are both owned by Warner Brothers, so
No,
they? I mean, they're on the same channel.
The reason 2007 Clone Wars got moved was because Disney bought it.
Also true. I did remember watching it in Disney XD. And
Yeah.
right after Naruto.
Yeah, they the original Clone Wars had seasons. The first two were mediocre. The others were pretty good. And then after Disney bought it, it was dead for a few years. And then they brought it back for season 7, which
I
was
have
Happy
very
School
on board.
Community Day.
It was season 7 of Clone Wars was 3 4-issue arcs. The first one was good. The second one, Siege of Mandalore into Order 66. So
I have 2.5 technically shows to mention. First one being everybody's favorite, Adventure Time.
I
That
actually
show went on a lot
never
longer
did
than
Adventure
most
Time.
shows.
I'm aware it did go on for a long time, but I never really got into it too hard.
Like the
I
first
remember-
season, so I
when
just
they
never got
did-
into it.
When they did hardcore episodes, they went
Yeah, I'm familiar. They really did some
I
ridiculous
enjoyed
stuff
it.
know
on that
about
show,
the
but-
ending of
now.
Adventure Time.
the-
I just didn't enjoy the
Then
sense of
the
humor of
next-
Adventure Time.
Show and a half, and I call it this for a reason. Villainous. There's nothing else to the title. It's just villainous.
Which
I
one's
don't
that one?
remember that show. I just know League of Super Evil.
It was a show that originally started as shorts on Cartoon Network, which is why I'm saying show and a half. Because in recent years, they've gone and given it the green light.
Because they have
And it's a take on the hero villain spectrum, but it's focused only on the villains,
Okay.
but it's in the best way possible. It's not like, oh, we want to take over the world. No, the leader of these villains only wants one thing, and it's to run his business, which is getting rid of
enough.
heroes. He wants nothing more.
You know what's another show that went really hard? Transformers Prime.
I don't think I've
Great.
seen
I love that
Never
one.
watched it.
It was
the
on
only
the Hub, if I remember right.
Yeah.
the only
Maybe
Yeah,
for
replace
this
Transformers
country
show.
sure doesn't let you watch the same shows as other people, huh?
If Mimic was
Yeah.
here, he would have some
I've
things
never
to
been
say
a
about
Transformers
Transformers,
guys anyway.
but, Mimic,
I've
but
never been a
here
Transformers
Mimic is
guy
not.
anyway.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. The
Well,
only
I
show,
am.
the only Transformers
Oh.
show that I actually watched was Transformers Animated. I had a toy of Bumblebee.
Transformers
at one point.
Animated also went pretty hard.
I love the fact that it humanized them.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. You wanna guys?
Transformers Animated, when you actually look back on it, did a lot of things weird. Because, like, that's one of the. I think that's, like, the only one where Optimus Prime just isn't the leader of the Autobots. It's Ultra Magnus instead.
So can I? I
This
know
isn't
I
the
don't
show
think Mina
that we
will
watched.
agree with me, but I think a show that went pretty hard for the time that it aired. Hamtaro.
Hamtaro really was cute. I loved it so much.
I have never watched a single episode or even clip of Hamtaro.
It is a very small show.
Oh
It took me
I heard-
until I was older to realize that Laura, the girl, was voiced by Kagome
Who?
before she retired. Kagome from Inuyasha, which also went really
I'm
hard.
not familiar with either of those.
I'm not
it-
really
the-
a fan of
the-
Inuyasha.
Demon Wolf Boy that gets shoved to the ground every time anime girl says "sit
Wait.
boy."
Wait.
He's a dog, but
I don't know
sure.
I don't know if anyone remembers this show, but it just flashed into my mind. Satch Bell.
Yeah, I remember Zatch Bell.
Zatch Bell.
Oh my god.
Yes, he's a
I'm
little
not the
mannequin
only
with a
one.
book.
Oh my god.
Jimmy-
he has like
The
a
only thing I
puppet.
remember.
What are these out-of-pocket shows?
It's an anime that I used to watch.
What do you
I
mean
think it
out of
was in
pocket? It's
Jetix.
extremely
Never
popular.
Never
heard
heard
of
of it.
Not anymore, but at the time, it was
Back at the
extremely
time,
popular.
it was a
It was
really
on
popular
Cartoon
anime.
Network as well.
I'm 100% sure it was in Jetix when Jetix was still a thing.
It was on Jetix. It was also on Cartoon Network for a hot minute.
Cartoon
know what's
Network
another
had
show
a
that went hard?
lot.
Another show
Cartoon
that went
Network
hard?
had a lot of hard shows.
Another show that
I mean,
went
now
hard
we
was
have
the
we have
Penguins
to
of
like
Madagascar.
put up a time
I mean,
and like start doing like
There was-
watch parties for so many fucking animes. Because Sash Bell went
There was a-
incredibly
the
hard.
Penguins of
oh,
Madagascar.
yeah, that show.
Penguins of
that one
Madagascar
was
is so
alright,
fucking
yeah.
wild.
But if
Have
we
you
want
guys?
to, if you want to round it off with anime, there's one that I've been meaning to watch that I haven't gotten around to because I know for a fact it goes hard, but I haven't gotten around to watching it. Is either the original or the redo of Star Blazers,
I've
aka
only
Space
watched-
Battleship Yamato.
You can
I
always
know.
do both.
Yeah, I've only watched like 5 to 10 animes at most.
I
think
I remember
I've
back
watched
in
like
my
maybe two
I could
seasons of the
probably name
Pokemon
most-
anime. That's it.
I'm be honest. Pokemon anime is the gray area between an anime.
It's
and a
anime.
cartoon.
It's an
So is
anime that,
It's-
especially in
it's
its
the
later
gray
seasons,
area.
is written like a
It's
cartoon.
not a gray area. It has
is
all the
the
trope
gray
of TV
area.
cartoon. It's not the gray area, dude.
so
It is
I'm
the
gonna
gray
be
area.
I'm gonna be called out here, but I'm definitely the weebiest out of all of us. Back in my prime, when I watched
have watched-
anime in my 3DS, I could easily watch an entire anime in a day.
I have watched, as I said earlier, seasons 1, 2, and 3 of Digimon. That one definitely has anime vibes.
That is
I
an
have
anime.
watched Fairy
They're all
Tail.
anime.
Fairy
I've
Tail is
watched.
an anime.
I know. I'm naming animes that I've watched. I've watched Fairy Tail, Full Metal Alchemist, Dragon Ball Z, some Z Kai, some Super too. I've watched the entirety of GT.
That's
What
sad.
else we got? Well, I believe it or not, I have a physical disc set because my dad had it and he was like, "Here, you can have this." I never use them.
So Full
And now
Metal
I don't
went
even have a
actually
computer
really
with
hard
a
too.
disc
Now that I
reader.
mentioned it.
What? Hold on, you two spoke at the
Here's
same
something
time.
that's-
So I think Mina
Okay.
said that somewhere around her house also floats around a Dragon Ball GT disc set.
That is not at all what I said.
Hello?
Hello?
Did the Discord die?
Oh god.
Probably?
No, it's me.
This game
Discord, are you okay? I'm gonna.
Oh, there we go. Oh, he's back.
There we go. Yeah, Discord's
I'm
been doing that
gonna
all morning,
close
hasn't it?
Steam, and then I'm gonna grab my phone.
Anyway, I said
Whatever it
that
is.
Full Metal Alchemist went
I don't
really
know
hard
what's
too.
happening. Send help.
Back?
Yeah.
Send help.
Back.
So I just.
Oh, so it wasn't just me. Okay. Send send Jesus.
No, do not send
bread
bread
Jesus.
Jesus.
Send help.
Am I the only one not having Discord problems? The man that had Discord shut down at 12 p.m. Holy.
Well,
my
12
Discord's
a.m.,
going back
holy
to
Mine
normal.
is
I
also-
disconnected and
Mine
reconnected.
has been fine. Oh.
Okay, so
All right.
Yeah,
If
we're
if
just-
if
whatever.
if we can
All right.
maybe try and wrap this up so
So-
Jimmy can sleep.
no, it's only an hour and a half. I'm fine.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Let's shift to something that's related but different. When everyone was like really, and I mean like really little, what was like the thing your parents put on to like just keep you occupied while they went and did something else?
I do not
Oh.
remember.
Cartoon Network in general, and that's how I got addicted to Ben 10.
Probably Pokemon and SpongeBob because everyone has watched SpongeBob when they were little.
I
Yeah,
fucking hate
most-
SpongeBob. I hate
I
SpongeBob.
actually
Oh,
did not watch SpongeBob when I was
I just
younger.
like
Fucking
SpongeBob.
lucky. I hate it.
Yeah, I don't like
The-
SpongeBob that much either.
The,
No,
the,
no, no. See, Meep, do you want to go?
No, Mina, you go first.
Mina,
Okay, I have a
Mina
rant.
has a mortal grudge.
I have
against
opinions.
it.
So, when I was little, like, my mom left us with the babysitter until I was about 10 years old, and then I could stay at home with my little brother because I knew how to at least fend for the both of us. When we
Okay.
were younger than that, she would leave us with two babysitters. First one, not so bad. She let me watch the first Naruto movie when it came out
Okay.
on Cartoon Network. She has since passed. Love her to death. Second one, she refused to change the channel from Nickelodeon. And this was during the era of SpongeBob marathons, iCarly, Mighty Bee, all that. And I hated it because sometimes I wanted to watch other shit, but she would never let us change the channel. So the amount of disdain I have for SpongeBob constantly being on TV is immense.
I
damn.
it needs to die. It's still going.
With
Yeah,
all
and
respect to Hillenberg, because I
Um,
love the man as a marine biologist, the show needed to die with him.
Yes.
Then the show
Excellent.
does not need to keep. How many fucking seasons does that thing have? It's gotta be catching up to The Simpsons and Family Guy.
I mean, those two are still going, so probably not.
I don't know. It pushes out a lot of episodes.
13.
In
How
fact,
many
why not?
seasons of SpongeBob are there? There are 13 seasons of SpongeBob SquarePants.
I'm looking up Family Guy right now. 22 on Family Guy, and then The Simpsons.
Let's see, when I was little, my
34.
parents. Yeah,
Family Guy
he's not
has
catching up
22.
anytime soon.
I don't know. Give them time. They'll manage it.
They've been around. They've been on TV for about the same time, haven't they? Family Guy a little less though.
I remember hearing something that a lot, for at least the main characters of The Simpsons, they have enough like audio clips of them. They can basically just, if they needed to, they can basically just replace any voice actor with past versions of themselves.
With
And
AI.
a little bit of AI.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, they could.
Damn.
I guess
but-
that's if the actors consent to it.
or they die.
Or they're dead, yeah.
Your,
I mean,
your
they would
death
probably
does
have
not
to-
define your contract.
So,
I think they would have to
death,
sign a
I
contract
still
giving
serve.
permission if they before they die.
Anyway,
moving on.
I want to say mine first before we move on. Very young me, there was two different things that very young me could be sat in front of and would keep me entertained, basically for as long as was needed. One of them was Thomas the
I was
Tank
there with
Engine.
you.
Yeah. Back when they used actual model trains.
I
Same.
still, to this day, have a blanket of it.
I have in, so my bed in my room is a normal bed with a dresser under it, but between the dresser and the wall there's an empty space behind there that we used to store some stuff. I have like 2 totes of the wooden railway Thomas toys back there.
I still have some of my wooden railways as well.
And
Thomas
I
is
know
a good
they're
memory
back
for me.
there, and I got reminded of it earlier because for an event that my family puts on, you pull it out every year to keep the really little kids entertained.
Aww.
Well, oh, that's nice.
The
That's
other
wholesome.
thing though that would keep very very young me, and I mean put me to sleep in like 5 minutes, was, and I kid you not, like just video recordings of just normal trains doing
you were
train
the
things.
you were the bitch
Man,
that bought lots and lots of trains.
Yeah,
Man.
He's
the decoration in my room when I was younger was just a series of photos of trains that my dad had
And
taken over the course of about a year.
me and Meep must be the weird ones
The
because I fell asleep to fucking headbanger music.
so me.
the one of the things that we do like every week when I was younger, I think it was Thursdays. There's a place not too far from here where there's a little model railway society where they got little model railways, and every week we'd go to this model railway, and I'd be captivated with that for like an hour and a half, and then we'd go and get some ice cream. Uh, but actually, like unironically though, the videos of trains just going around doing train things, it's like actually like unironically good things to like go to sleep to because it's low rhythmic sounds.
Jimmy, you were gonna say something?
I was going to say Meep is the guy that I like trains.
Yes,
Rest in peace, Ed Gould.
I have right now on my shelf a Lego train.
That
I
sounds
was
about
gonna
right.
I was gonna say ironic because Meep has something from his childhood still, and it's like a collection
I
of
have
toys and
one of the
stuff.
previous room of thoughts. We brought up plushies. I have on one of my shelves the plushie I was given when I was like 5 minutes old.
Nah, I have.
When I was
Mina would probably
He's
be
very
happy
happy.
to hear this. I have some of the OG Ben 10 toys.
I never got any of the Uji Benton
I
toys.
I have. I mean, it's scratched all the fuck, but I have the classic Diamond Head.
I wasn't in for the toys. I just like the show.
I
When
have
I
an
was a kid,
actual small bucket in the top drawer of my dresser that's just nothing but
I've
Ben
got a
10
bunch of
toys.
Hot Wheels in here somewhere.
for me, it was a lot like when I was baby. It was a lot of Totoro, not the Disney version. This was before Disney bought the rights to the Ghibli movies. I had the Fox version of the dub on VHS. Um,
Oh, you
I
know we've got on VHS. You've got the original seasons of the
Animaniac.
Animaniacs.
I've got
Let's see, what else? There
in
was a lot
here.
of like Teletubbies and PBS Kids shows from when I was baby. My mom like watched a lot of Sesame Street with me, and that's how she learned English.
I got the
That's very cute.
I got
Fair enough.
I got
Yeah.
the bucket
And
of
then
figures.
I would like to
If you
just
need
finish
to
one
learn
thought.
English, there are worse ways to do it than watching children's television.
You
Yeah,
know,
well, she was watching with me while I was at work,
I
or well,
have
she
the
was at work. Sorry, and
I got out the bucket of figures.
okay.
So we've got Diamond Head, a DNA Alien, Alien X,
I just
Nanomech.
wanted to
Oh
finish my
boy.
thought.
Kane is being a
Spider-
geek. Hold on, Kane.
No, this is just the ones that I happen to have.
You can
I just
send me a
wanted
Spider
to
picture
finish
of
Monkey
my
them.
that
thought.
Spider Monkey that's missing his legs for some reason.
Of course, because shit like that happens.
Big Chill, NRG colored Ultimate Echo, normal Ultimate Echo, Jet Ray, Water Hazard, Armadillo,
Win.
NRG, Wrath, normal Echo, like 5 different chromosomes, Upchuck, and Ultimate Fire.
That's a lot of toys.
I also have the recalibrated Omnitrix and the Ultimatrix.
Neat. I've never been a really really big Ben 10
As I
fan.
was
I used
saying,
to watch it when I was a kid, but wasn't my thing. I just didn't like Ben. Period.
I watched it because I found it fucking banger at the time.
1986 Transformers reruns.
1986 Transformers reruns. I watched that with my dad. I remember watched the Aerosmith version of Spider-Man. That was fun. We would watch
Oh,
that before I go to bed.
I'll catch you,
And
then-
Spider-Man.
My
So
last